Welcome to a new moon in Gemini tarot reading. I'm going to do this by the elements, so earth, wind, fire, and water. It doesn't have to pertain to your astrological sign, but if you want to do it that way, feel free. I really just want this to be a practice of tapping into your intuition and seeing which of those four categories draws you, and knowing that that's the right one for you, knowing that that's the right message for you. I have cleansed the space, I have blessed the space, I have called in the higher beings. They are here, they're ready to assist me. So let's get started. I have the Kim Cran's Animal Spirit deck. I have the traditional tarot deck. I have the Robin Wood tarot. And then I also have the rainbow deck. And again, I'm just going to do the 4 piles. I almost want little reminders for myself. Water, earth, skin, air with this. Yeah, it's been a minute since I have done a tarot reading, so I'm just excited. I'm learning to go with the flow of what I desire to do and not do things because I think that I have to, or that I am obligated because people have mentioned that they like that. Just doing things that really I'm just pulled to in the moment. I've been wanting to do this since I woke up today, so I'm excited to read for you all today and just see what messages come up this new moon. Thank you, Delaney. Yeah, this new moon has been so juicy already, and just full of the reflection that I'm experiencing might have come from there's 6 planets in retrograde right now, and this is whether you are into astrology or not. It's something that I've been learning more about, and I have actually a meeting with my astrologer here right after this. But I'm just learning more about, and it's really cool. I'm personally seeing synchronicities. Maybe that's confirmation bias. Who knows? I'll actually be doing a IG live with her next Thursday, so look out for that announcement. And we're going to do it from the skeptic's point of view, because I was a skeptic for a long time. I have a twin brother, and my thing with even human design, anything that you need the birth time and stuff. My brother and I have the exact same human design. We have the exact same astrology chart. And for me, it's how does it happen when we're just the most different people? So yeah, if you're interested in astrology, learning more about it, if you're a skeptic about astrology, definitely check that out, because we're going to, like I said, do it from that, the skeptic's perspective. So that'll be good. But yeah, whether or not you're into astrology, if I say something that you're that doesn't make any sense, then just leave it. You don't have to take it. Before I started the video, I set the intention that anyone, oh my God, this is not going to work with my growing belly. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm getting to that point where I can't really bend over super well. But I set the intention, as always, that everyone watching has at least a handful of messages. I ask that these messages be big aha moments for people, that help people shift, that help people recognize magic, that help people awaken to the fact that they're not alone. Hi, everyone. And for anyone just coming on, this is a tarot reading for the collective. I have 4 piles here, 1 for each element. There's earth, wind, fire, and water. And this can, if you are a Taurus, that's an earth sign, so maybe you want to do the earth pile, but really tap into your intuition, tap into your inner knowing, your inner guidance system, and just ask which of these is for me? Which one are you drawn to? Which one do you resonate with? And go with that one. I really want this to be like an intuition practice too, for even just the simple act of picking what pile is for you. So we're going to start with earth. It'll go earth, air, water, and then fire. Okay. So for this first one, earth, and the crystal here is a citrine point, double terminated. I love it. Okay, so we have the eagle. We have King of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Lots of pentacles. Everything is reversed. Seven of Cups is in reversed. And then I have from the rainbow deck, when we're focused too much on where we're going, we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. Slow down and appreciate your growth and accomplishments. Celebrate yourself. And that brings me to this guy, the Seven of Cups in reverse. So Seven of Cups upright usually is like she's dreaming about all of these different options that she has. And then in reverse, like I find that to be confusion about all the options at hand. Don't get so stuck in wanting your manifestations to come true so much and so quickly that you're forgetting to acknowledge how far you've come. I had a moment of this the other day where I was like looking at, finances, and I had a moment where I was like, oh, I didn't make enough in May, from just my business. And I was like, after a second of processing and being like, okay, this is lag. How do I want to switch it? And I realized like I would have killed to make this much money in a year ago, and sometimes whenever we're just so focused on that goal that we have in mind, we can't see the present and like be grateful for the present and what's here in this moment. So don't put so much pressure on like choosing a path or picking one way to go. Like do what feels good to you. If you want to work on one of your ideas today, do that. If you want to work on a different idea tomorrow, do that. Do whatever feels good to you. You do not have to pick. We're not stuck in this. We don't have to have this perfect balance that everyone thinks. We don't have to have everything figured out. We can just go with the flow, do it on our own time, and do it in a way that feels good and not in a way that feels like other people are telling us to do, if that makes sense. Like whenever we try to perfectly balance two things, and even like with multitasking, sometimes it can lead us astray. It can lead us into self-doubt, which is, I feel like, why this is in reverse. I feel like there's just self-doubt here and being like, can I even do this? Can I even handle this? Yes, you can absolutely handle this. You have to have that faith in yourself. And we got to be strong in our power like this guy. He's grounded. He knows the finances are taken care of. He knows that everything is coming in perfect time. He is in his divine alignment. He's in his divine masculine. Whenever we're out of our divine masculine, which is again where I feel like this is presenting in the reverse form, so there's the divine masculine and the divine feminine, right? And sometimes the masculine gets a bad rap because we are in a masculine dominated society, but it's not that we're in a divine masculine dominated society. It's the wounded masculine that our society is currently running. I actually thought of this in the shower the other day. that divine masculine energy is structure and putting things in place and doing things in a way that feels really good. And so if we're out of alignment with the divine masculine, we could either be in the wounded masculine, which is like, I have to do this, I have to make things happen, I have to get things done at a certain time, I have to go, I cannot rest. So allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to slow down, allow yourself to simmer on the thoughts that you have and be inspired by them and not let them bog you down by so many options and so many ways to go. We don't have to keep weighing our options all the time. We don't have to feel constricted by all the options that we have. We get to see abundance in the options that we have. We get to see that there are so many routes to take, and we get to pick that. We have the freedom to choose our own path in that. And then with the eagle here, this is karmic clearing. This is clearing old wounds, this is clearing old mindsets. And I'll talk about this. I actually talked about this in my new moon journal that I'll post to my email list tonight. So if you want to be on that, just go to rainbowrage.com. There's 2 W's in there. But this new moon, because it's in Gemini is like, it's a mutable sign. It's a sign of change and transformation and like going, but not in that wounded masculine way. And that like, I'm going to flow here because it feels good. And I'm going to flow here because it feels good. So, clearing what doesn't serve you, clearing what is getting in the way of you, of your new beginning. Like, I'm sure that, if you haven't already gotten I'm sure that if you are not already pulled to a new beginning, a fresh start, a fresh perspective, a fresh boundary, you're going to be in that energy within the next week or so. And so, what can you release now with the new moon to make space for what's coming? What can you let go of so that your grand vision can be attained? Okay. And then I just want to read this one more time from the rainbow deck. When we're focused too much on where we're going, we forget to acknowledge how far we've come. Like, sit and just rest for an hour today, even if that's like, oh my God, I can't rest for a whole hour. Rest for 30 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, and just like sit and acknowledge, even if it's 30 seconds, if that's the best you can do today, that's the best that you got. But sit and acknowledge how far that you've come and your growth. And instead of focusing on where you want to be, focus on where you are right now and focus on how far you've come. That's like the time of this new moon is, it's a dark moon. It's a time of reflection and going inward and planting seeds. So plant those seeds. Think about what you want to bring in. Okay. So that was the earth. That was the earth pile. Here's the air pile. Ooh, fire ant. I've never pulled this card before. So I'll have to look this one up in the book. So again, this is the air element. Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. And I have a rainbow deck card here, but I'm being called to read about the fire ant before I read about anything else. Oh, fire ant. Okay, air signs. Not air signs, but air element. People that are resonating with the air element right now. The fire ant represents aggression, rigid thinking, and following orders. When in balance, the fire ant is thoughtful and disciplined, aka the divine masculine. When out of balance, there's argue, excess heat, there's gossiping. To bring into balance, solo time, walks at night. For me personally, what brings my anger and aggression into balance is also boxing. So if that whether or not you box, you could, running or something that's getting your heartbeat up where you're able to get that aggression out and really release it. And I'm feeling called to just read this whole thing. So fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. Also, this is playing the victim. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. So again, this is again where rest and reflection comes in, right? If we're not aware of our thoughts, if we're not aware of our actions, then we can act out of alignment. We can act we can just keep doing something and not have awareness that we're leading ourselves down this path that actually doesn't serve us. So take time to rest, take time to reflect and see, where am I being aggressive? Where am I being in my wounded masculine? Like, where am I not listening? Where am I playing the victim? And how do I step out of this? If you don't like know that yourself, then ask for divine guidance. Ask for source to come in. Ask for your angels to come in. If you don't believe in any of that, ask for your higher self to give you guidance. Like, how do I move through this? I am open to the solutions. Please give me those solutions now. And I have the rainbow deck card that I pulled is, remember that worry is prayer for what you don't want. Make some time to move your body and get out of your head. So again, that boxing, running, the cardio, like whatever it is that helps you get into your body, whatever that movement practice looks like, do that, especially if you're feeling that aggression. Sometimes we just need to get it out and move through it, and we need to move our vessel to do that sometimes. So recall a time that you stressed about something that worked out perfectly in the end. Everything is going to be okay. And that pulls me to the Ace of Pentacles. Like, there's abundance here, and not just, sometimes when we say abundance, we think that it means like just in the sense of money. There's abundance of all forms. You have an abundance of time. You have an abundance of blessings by just waking up today. Is your fridge abundant? Is your closet abundant? Is there the fact that you have running water abundant? The fact that you can flip a switch and a light comes on. Focus on the abundance and bring your awareness to that abundance instead of bringing your awareness to frustration and being pissed and focusing on the things that aren't going right. Bring your awareness to the things that are going right, even if it's just that you woke up today. That's something to still look at. And Queen of Swords. So this one is really this air element. If you pick this pile, like, it's really important to be aware of your thoughts. This Queen of Swords, the swords represents our like mental and thoughts. So she is in her power. She's in her divine feminine. She is flowing, and she knows when her thoughts are serving her and when they don't. So again, just being aware of your thoughts, taking time to slow down so that you can observe what's going on internally, so that you can observe the thoughts that are present. Remember that we are not our thoughts. So even if you have an angry thought, it's not, oh, I am angry, I suck, leads you into that downward spiral. It's, oh, I'm experiencing anger right now. This is an emotion that's here to teach me a lesson, and I get to process this lesson, and then I get to move through this emotion and release this emotion. I am not the emotion that I'm experiencing. I am just experiencing this emotion right now. Emotions are passerbys. They come and go. We are not angry at all times. We are not sad. We are not happy at all times. The emotion is our voyager. It is here to teach us. So use it to your advantage. Okay. Just want to spray. Okay. So yeah, if you were drawn to that air pile, definitely bring awareness to your thought and focus on the things that are going right. Focus on the ways that things could go right. Don't focus on the things that are going to go wrong, or how it might not work, or what people might think of me. Focus on the things that could go right. The things that are going right, or the possibilities of the things that can go right. Okay, and now we have water element. I have Lizard in reverse, Page of Swords, the Emperor, Four of Pentacles in reverse, and then I have the rainbow deck card is Shift Your Focus Back to Gratitude. Write a list of all the things you're grateful for and start small. You'll be surprised that once you get into the flow of gratitude, it's like a faucet turned on and you cannot stop. And this is interesting too, this Four of Pentacles in reversed. So usually this guy, when he pops out, it tells me that someone is holding on to something. It's keeping them in this mental prison here. I know that the Pentacles are not technically like a mental card, but that's just what I pick up from this card. There's this whole world outside of him, and he's just stuck in here. He's like holding on to the thoughts and ideas and things that don't serve him. Again, this is like a very mental, a little bit more grounded than the last one, but again, it's having that awareness of thought, like where can I let go of these thoughts that are not serving me? Where can I release being stingy and being greedy and being focusing on lack? He's focusing on lack because if he were trusting, then he would be releasing these pentacles, these things that don't serve him. But he's like, it's almost like whoever needs this message is like, stop worrying about money. Don't worry. I know that especially we just paid a big tax bill, and it's like a scary thing to let that much money out of your account, but trust that I get to make that money back. The money was in my account before, and I am a vibrational match for that money being in my account again. I trust that money is coming back to me. I do not have to hold on to this money and not release it. Be grounded in that faith. Like, he knows he has money coming to him. He knows that he is solid in his mind. He's solid in his framework. He is good. The divine masculine is popping up so much. So that is, that's like a cool little archetype. Like, again, we think that the masculine, the masculine kind of gets a bad rap, but it's really like the divine masculine is a disciplined figure, a stable figure, someone that helps us like build structure in our life, in our business, in our relationships, in our boundaries. And so balancing that trust and the stability that trust brings, using that to our advantage. And just knowing that everything is going to be okay. That's why like shifting your focus back to gratitude it's not about ignoring what's coming up. Like, allow what is coming up to process, work through it, allow the emotions to teach you. But then once you have reached a place where you've worked through it, then come back to that gratitude, come back to like, what's going right here? Where am I not making space for trust, and where do I need to open that floodgate so that trust can come in? Okay, let me look up the lizard. Again, the lizard, I don't think I've ever pulled that card. There we go. And the lizard did come up in reverse, so I'm going to read the out of balance of the lizard in reverse. So, elusive, non-committal, and flaky. So, maybe you've been flaky. Maybe you've been a little bit non-committal, and not in a bad way, just in a way that's almost like, I'm lacking inspiration, so I don't feel like doing this thing that I think that I'm supposed to be doing right now. So, where can you let go of that and step into this power of, I got it. I'm doing the damn thing, and I can be easy on myself. I can relax into the knowing. Again, that trust, like the trust is a big thing for this pile. So where can I bring new thoughts and new ways of being and new trust into my life? Where can I let go of lack of trust, really? Like, where can I and judging yourself, like where can you let go of the voice in your head that's telling you that you're not doing enough, and step into trusting that even if you're giving something 5 minutes a day, that is enough. Even if it's 5 minutes a week, that's enough. If you're doing your best, that's enough. Stepping into that awareness. Okay. So that was the water element. Again, not water sign, just water element. So if you are like a Pisces or a Cancer and you're called to the water pile, totally do that. But it doesn't have to be related to astrology in any way. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one's fun. This is fire, the fire element. So the Six of Swords is, and Delaney, this one is for fire. I did the air, the earth, the air, the water, and now this one is fire. So I have the 6 of Swords straight up, not reversed, I guess. And this is always a card that you're about to embark on. This is almost like a breakup card. It's like you are releasing something that you might have not thought that you were ever going to release, that you thought was going to be here forever. But there's a figure here, there's spirit here, they're guiding you. You're in an unknown, you're going into the unknown, you're sailing into the unknown, but you're being guided. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it feels like you're alone, it feels scary, you're being guided. And again, this feels like breakup energy. This feels like release the situation. If you're in a relationship or you're in a dynamic that isn't serving you, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be like even a working relationship. It could just be, you're ready to leave this job. You're ready to, that this dynamic doesn't serve you, and you're ready. This new moon is going to give you that push to start making those changes. 10 of Cups is in reverse. This might be one of the best cards in terms of like, oh, it's a happy ending and they're a happy family and, that kind of thing. But with it being in reverse, that tells me that I've got a notification that threw me off. But that tells me that we need to release the dynamic that isn't serving us so that we can call in this abundance, like the owl. This is the abundance card. The white owl represents abundance. Again, abundance in all forms, but especially in love, especially in feeling good in relationships and dynamics. So, releasing what doesn't serve, releasing the dynamics that aren't serving you anymore. And I'm going to pull one more. Oh, it's that one. Okay. This card has been facing up the whole time. I'm like, oh, that's going to a deck, and now it makes sense where it's going. The rainbow card is stop saying if it happens, start saying when it happens. So whenever we're saying like, oh, well, like, oh, if I was a millionaire, or if I could work for myself. It's like, no, when I'm working for myself, when I'm a millionaire. Really tapping into that energy. Let me just read about the moth. When in balance, the moth is enthusiastic and whimsical. When out of balance, the moth idealizes others and they're jittery. So I'm hearing like stop comparing your relationship to others as well. Stop comparing those dynamics to others. Recognize your power within your own dynamic, and say that you're like, okay, that doesn't really resonate, that I need to leave this dynamic. Okay, then where do things need to shift in your current dynamic to go from not feeling great to feeling good? Because it doesn't have to be like a death sentence on our relationship. It can just be looking at what boundaries need to be set, what communication needs to happen, what almost like beliefs need to be integrated. Like, do you have trust in this relationship? Is it just not serving you and it needs to be let go of? Like, really take your time to look at these things and decide what you want, because this going back and forth and this being wishy-washy is not serving you, and it's going to keep you stuck for a very long time. So the more that you can get clear on whatever it is that you want, the better off you're going to be. Oh, you pulled that one today. I love that. Oh, it flew out right side up. God, I love that synchronicity. So yeah, the card that Alathe is referring to is stop saying if it happens, start saying when it happens. Words are powerful. Use them mindfully. And your intentions are powerful. Like, be mindful with those. Like, set your intentions and like sail away with them. This could even be a card of like that, setting an intention and knowing that, oh, it's scary and I don't know how this intention is going to happen or work out. I don't know how this is going to manifest, but I know I'm being guided. I know that the unknown is scary, but I trust that everything is happening divinely. I trust that when I get clarity on something and I really sit down and get clear about what I want and what direction that I want to take, I am being guided. I am giving the universe, source, something to work with, and I am co-creating. I'm being a vessel of co-creation now. So, okay. And now this one's talking. All these cards that are like sitting upright. They're like, pick me. Okay, so this is a message for everyone. Stop making things harder on yourself than they need to be. Your mental thoughts, your worry about things not working out, your stop, again, this is like, this was already a message, but stop focusing on the things that aren't working. Stop focusing on the frustration at things not going the way that you wanted them to go. Focus on, like, he's on a journey right here. He can barely see what's coming, but he knows he's on a journey. He knows he's working towards that. He knows he's going there. Trust that wherever you are now, you are going to get to where you want to go. Sometimes the path that we think that we're on it takes some turns and some bumps, and there's roadblocks and there's hurdles that we have to jump over. That is okay. That doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. That doesn't mean things are falling apart. It means that you get to learn this lesson and keep going. It means that it doesn't mean you're not on the right path. Like, don't take things not going the way that you thought that they were as a sign that things just aren't working out for you. Take it as an opportunity to be a solutions-based person rather than focusing on the problems. This is only going to make you more resilient and stronger. So focus on that journey and focus on the fact that you don't have to make it harder on yourself by thinking that it's going to be harder because you tripped and you dropped all of these wands. Like, just because that happens, you get back up and you keep trying again. If you need to rest and drink water and eat food, then you do that. But yeah, focusing on the solutions feels very important rather than focus on the problems. Okay. I do one-on-one readings. Those are on my website, again, rainbowrage.com with 2 W's. It's also in the link in my bio. You can just go to that link and it'll be the Work With Me link if you want a one-on-one reading. And the 30-minute readings are more of like a conversation. Like, we'll go kind of back and forth because we have space and time for that. And then the 15-minute readings are more just like this kind of style. There's a little bit of back and forth, but because I'll probably, I'm sure that you'll have stuff come up and say, oh yeah, that's really on point, or yeah, I'm working through this and da-da-da-da. So the 15-minute is more just like I'm giving you a straight up reading, and the 30-minute is more like it's a reading, but it's also kind of like a mindset mentoring and empowerment session with me. So yeah, that's on my website. The rainbow deck, again, is on my website. It's so pretty. It's backwards, but that's what it looks like. And what else? I just want to say trust yourself. Like, trust yourself. You have this. Even if shit looks like it's falling apart and not working out, like, it's only, you might be experiencing that kind of tower moment because it's all going to fall back together. So I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you got a lot out of this. Again, I set the intention beforehand to have everyone receive like more than one message. I wanted everyone listening to really get a lot out of this reading, and really like believe in magic from, oh my God, that was so on point, or wow, that synchronicity was crazy. So yeah, just yeah, happy new moon. And if you want the new moon's letter, I will be sending that out either tonight or tomorrow. Just sign up on the email list on my website. It's at the bottom of the page. Yeah, thank you for being here. Thanks for watching till the very end.